Here we are.
Hello and welcome to the UTB Blogcast 108. We are a short crew tonight, which is Brad, Roy, and myself. Say hello, boys.
Hello, boys.
Hey. Hello.
Practice. We need to do this more often.
Yeah, we're totally out of practice. We've lost everyone.
They haven't died, Brad.
Pretty much, you know.
All right, well, let's jump off
Dead to me.
with BBM. What's been going on with BBM this past week?
So much.
Well, pick something.
Well, let's go back. We saw an update to BB10 BBM, right?
Yeah.
That was something I don't think anybody was expecting to see, but
yeah,
once we got it, it was probably exactly what we should have expected to see, right?
Yeah, I know some of Blackberry 10 BBM users that are very disappointed with this update. They thought that if Blackberry would update the app, they will see new features, but they don't.
There's a new feature.
Yeah.
There's a new feature that makes it very easy to move off of Blackberry 10.
I think that Blackberry BBM Android also needs this feature. You can back up your contacts on Excel file.
Yeah,
could be nice.
Yeah, it's there now. You can export your contacts. But I mean that coupled with the latest beta of BBM, I think it's pretty glaring what's happening.
Yeah, Blackberry knows that BBM for BB10 is enterprise only. They focused on BBM SDK, and they know that Blackberry 10 devices will not live much longer, even though we want them to live forever. So
right,
they're doing what they need to do.
Well, we know that, you know, BBM, the consumer side of BBM was picked up by Emtech, and that is Android and iOS, and that's where they're pushing forward with everything. The consumer side of BBM on BB10 has come to a complete standstill. And like you said, Roy, they're pushing forward with the SDK. They're pushing forward with BBM Enterprise. But as far as consumer side BBM on BB10, it's not going forward. And with the things that Emtech is doing with BBM, as they move forward and BBM, BBM, oh my goodness. As that stays, there's going to be stuff that starts breaking, right? And we're seeing that with the next beta update. Pictures are no longer showing up, right? I know that there were some pretty huge issues with video chat and voice chat, and we know that Blackberry went in and went to work on that to get that fixed, and we know that that's now fixed. So, but there doesn't seem to be any movement as far as getting the pictures fixed, right? Is that something that is even being worked on, or is that just something that is going to be closed off with the next update? Sorry, guys.
I think in the next couple updates, BBM for BB10 will be disconnected entirely from BBM for Android.
We might be able to still chat, but as far as all the little bonus features, yeah, I think those are, because I mean, realistically, how many people are doing backwards compatibility now? And it's not going to happen. Emtech is doing amazing things with BBM. They really are. They're doing some things a lot of people are not happy with right now. We'll talk about that in a few minutes.
Yeah.
But they're doing amazing things going forward, and they can't be held back by something that's not moving forward, which is consumer BBM on BB10.
If Amtech would be depend on Blackberry to be on track with BB10 BBM to bring new features, so we will not see any new features on BBM for Android also. So this separation between the two apps is very logic.
And there's not really much I can say right now. Hopefully soon I can say something that would be great. But there's going to be some major changes in BBM. I mean, major. I'm extremely excited about it. And like you said, you can't be held back. That BBM needs to be competitive. And we know this has been out there for a long time, that BBM is not looking at BBM, BBM, the company, is not looking at BBM, the app, as just a messenger app anymore. They're growing it into a platform, its own environment. And that environment is getting set to explode over the next year. And it's going to push it into a completely different area that we're used to. Right now people are comparing BBM to Telegram, and they're comparing BBM to WhatsApp. And it's just going to put it into its own category that's going to be very different and very awesome. And we need to get there.
And in the world, you said it in the last couple of Blogcasts, in the world when WhatsApp is crashing, and Telegram is crashing from time to time, BBM is still the most reliable messenger app, and Amtech need to keep it that way.
Right. Hey, can I just say something? That picture behind you is friggin' awesome. I've never seen that before, and I want it.
The Simpsons?
Yes, on Abbey Road.
My wife bought it when we moved to this apartment.
I love that.
I have one more picture of dogs that is upside down after drinking Jack Daniels. The picture right next to it. I don't know if we can show.
Oh. That's awesome.
In my last apartment, I had a Joker, the Heath Ledger, full-size poster on the wall. It was very scary.
I used to think he was the worst Joker until Jared Leto. Just saying.
I prefer Jack Nicholson, but
yes.
Yeah.
We just took a major U-turn into UTB Geek.
Yes, we did.
UTB Blackberry.
We're attracting new viewers.
Who wants to bring up the major negative that on the next update of BBM? It has nothing to do with broken voice chat, or it has nothing to do with pictures not working anymore.
I wish BBM or Amtech or Media, I don't remember the company, the real company name. The feeds, the status, to make it more social media app with feeds.
Yeah, I'm talking about the emoji.
I don't care about emojis.
Boy, I do. You know what? I mean, I look at, because we're on Android, and we're on what are we on right now? Not Nougat. We're on, or no, not Oreo. We're on Nougat, right? I'm getting myself confused.
Uh-huh.
So we're on Oreo, and so we still have the little blobs.
We're not on Oreo. We're on Nougat.
Yeah, we're on Nougat.
You're on something else.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
We used to know somebody that would say that. Oh, yes, I'm on 10.4, pretend that they were on something.
Yeah.
But Well, we've got the little blobs, right? I mean, we've got the awesome little BBM emoji that's grown over the years, and I love those little guys. And like, that's the whole reason I love Notable, because I can stick those little guys on everything. And they're changing. They're changing. And I'm not, first I was really upset about the Spark. Now I'm really upset about the emoji. It's like all that whole stuff. Give me back the Spark. We want the Spark. I'll forget about the Spark, man, if I can still have my cute little emoji.
Is it really that big of a surprise, though?
I want to know the reason behind it, and I haven't reached out to anybody. I haven't talked to anybody about that. I know that they've been really working hard to fix the voice and all that other fun stuff. I know that one of our people in our group that uses the voice, like I don't use the voice, but someone that uses it and had it break, they got like an amazing response from BBM on the glitch, because they not only like communicated with them through email, right? But then they ended up calling them back just to make sure it was still working. That's awesome. I love what MTech has been doing with BBM. But I'm really attached to those emoji. And the new emojis, they just don't seem to have any personality to them.
I don't like them
You
either.
speak about the built-in emojis of BBM.
Yeah. Are you on the beta?
No, I'm sorry to tell you, but it's all the emojis, no matter on which platform I use, they all look the same for me.
Are you blind? Just check.
Partially. I have sunglasses. I wear glasses.
Don't forget,
when I'm driving.
BBM has two sets of emojis right now. They have the classic Blackberry emojis, and then they have the new ones on the hamburger menu.
Right. The hamburger menu, the little blobs that we have, and when we are on Oreo, those are going to change.
Yeah, those are the Android emojis. They look bad. Someone hit them. Well,
I want to comment about a discussion that's going on in our live chat right now. And hey, Brian, hey, Chevy. They're asking, is BlackBerry making any money on the BB10 version? And we actually were kind of hinted at, I guess you could say, or told the numbers of BB10 users on BBM currently. And it was shockingly low, like shockingly low. So no, I don't think there's really any income coming from BBM VB10.
I can add it's that in the time before they signed the partnership with MTech, BlackBerry lost couple of millions every month for maintaining BBM,
right,
and not making money on services. So if they didn't signed a partnership with MTech, I think Chen thought about closing the app.
Yeah, and I mean, we've heard, because I mean, I know a lot of us, we've spoke to people before. We spoke to people on the blogcast. We spoke to Alex about how many people are still using BB10 and how many people are even still using BBOS. And I know I was shocked to hear that there are a lot of people still using BB10 and there are a lot of people still using BBOS. I couldn't believe that. But you compare those numbers to the amount of those people that are using BBM, and again, there's no reason. I mean, even me as a BBM fan and a BlackBerry fan and a BB10 fan, I can't imagine that they've maintained BB10 BBM for this long. There can't possibly be any profit to that.
No profit at all.
But as long as we're still able to chat with our friends, you know, because I'm going to be really upset when we can't talk to Blackjack anymore, because he's not moving off of BB10. And, you know, Wayno's going to have to just pull out his Android to speak to us as he's working away on his passport.
Yeah, I know a few more that will not move to Android to be Blackberry. But they still can call us and send us text messages.
They could do a text message. I don't accept phone calls. So sorry, guys. Hey, Brian in the chat says he uses BBM on his Bold. Brian, are you serious? Are you still using a Bold? I know there's people still doing that. There was one point where I considered putting a SIM back in what was it? It's the little Bold. It's the was it the 9700 or 9700 series?
Yeah.
I loved that phone. That was my favorite BBOS phone, and pulled it out, and it.
You talk about this one?
Yeah. Wait. Yeah, that's the one. Do I have mine right here? It is such a great phone, and even to this day, it feels so good in the hand.
Yeah.
But I just don't think I could go back. But hey, they had cute emoji on BBM.
And the Spark.
And the Spark.
This BBM. Yeah.
Wow, Brian does. He still uses a Bold. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys want to switch gears, so to speak, and talk about where BlackBerry's headed? Sure.
Go ahead.
Well, we had some pretty big announcements this week from BlackBerry, not BlackBerry Mobile.
All on one day.
All in one day, and all at one time. And a couple of them have to do with their driving piece of their portfolio. Roy, do you want to talk a little more about that? Or not?
You speak with me. Yeah.
Yes, I was talking to you.
Yeah. BlackBerry had few announcements, and the most interesting is about BlackBerry outlines how you should secure a self-driving car. Anybody read the press release?
Yeah, I skimmed it as quickly as fast as I could, as much as I could. It's obvious that they're trying to become the authority for this, though.
Right, and they're securing it exactly how they've secured their phones forever. Right, with the root of trust and the hardware key, and so I mean they're doing what they know how to do.
This is the root of trust when it comes to self-driving cars. There are 7 steps how BlackBerry secure self-driving cars, and I'll not read it all because it's long, but they said that from the first component to the last one, to how the factory built the car, you need to validate it. Everything is secure. If you will forget one of the steps, or you not follow by the steps, your car will not be secure, your self-driving car. And this is I think what BlackBerry trying to do is to build the Bible for securing self-driving cars. At least it looks like that.
They're definitely, sorry, they're definitely paving the way. They're trying to become the authority. They're trying to show, be the leaders that others can follow.
Yeah, this is how things should be done, and you should do it like we said. If not, someone probably will hack your car, and if you do it our way, you will be safe. And because they are the first one, the first company to do that, they're trying to make themselves the leader, not just the leaders by the companies. They want that everybody will say you're the BlackBerry secure way. They want to, oh, you are BlackBerry. Oh, it's meaning that you are secure. If you are not BlackBerry, if you don't going by the BlackBerry way, you will not be secure. But it's very interesting. There's more for. It can be a 2-hour talk about how BlackBerry see BlackBerry secure on self-driving cars.
I mean, just look at their history. Look at QNX. It's already in. What's the number? I don't know the number of cars right now.
More than 60 million cars.
Yeah, so it is number one as far as automobile infotainment. It's an amazing, real-time operating system, RTOS, that doesn't crash. It's not like an Android or an iOS that, okay, go reboot it so that it works again. And they're securing it in the same way that they've always secured their phones. That hardware pin injection, root of trust. These are things that BlackBerry knows. They're combining their knowledge, their skill, and their history for something that really needs it, right? I mean, we don't want an Apple car driving down the road and bursting into flames. We don't want, an Android car on the highway suddenly freezing up and just stalling while, you wait for it to reboot. These are things that BlackBerry knows how to do. And, they're building their platform, which is the way that they handle their business nowadays, that they're not a cell phone maker. Here's the platform, guys, build on top of it. We're going to secure it. We're going to make sure it works, right? We're going to, it's so smart. It's just a case of they need the world to recognize this, because it may be new that they're doing it in self-driving cars, because self-driving cars is a new technology that's coming. But this is still something that they're experts at, with a proven history, a proven track record. Nobody else has a history like they do.
And I think the BlackBerry recognized by the North American Automobile Show or Association, I don't remember the name. John Chen will make a keynote on Automobility showcase next month, and I think he will probably speak about cybersecurity, about self-driving cars, and how BlackBerry is going to do it. I think it's going to be a very interesting keynote. BlackBerry knows that the main issue that prevent them from governments to approve self-driving cars in countries, it's cybersecurity. No one wants to drive in a car with an iOS or any other OS, and while you're driving in a highway, someone hijacking your car because you're not secure, and many can die, and bad things can happen, and Chen knows it.
In the chat, AWD said Ford went through the blue screen of death at their experiment with Windows. Yeah, but that was just infotainment too. That wasn't something that was going to kill somebody. That wasn't a Ford Escape driving down the road on its own with you playing games in the back seat, you know? So getting the blue screen of death in the future, or getting, you know, iOS hacked or Android hacked or adware or malware on your car, that's going to be so much different than what we think about now. Lives really are at stake.
Yeah,
and
we already saw it when cyber attacks on England NHS, or terrorists block out cities and do horrible things through cyber attacks. So nobody wants more than 1 billion cars will be hijacked and drive over the bridge to the sea, or it can be a catastrophic if self-driving cars will be not secure as we want to be secure. Yes, Brad, you're reading something?
What's that?
It looks like you're reading something.
I was looking at my phone. Come on, be nice.
You're addicted.
I am addicted.
Blackberry also mentioned that Chen will be unveiling a new product. What do you guys think that might be at his keynote?
A tablet. No, I'm joking. Totally joking.
In the realm of self-driving vehicles and secure platforms.
Maybe
you know what I want it to be?
What?
You know what I want it. Do you remember the movie Airplane? Do you remember the inflatable autopilot? That's what I want. I want an inflatable John Chen popping out and driving my car.
I think you're lucky that Wayno isn't here to comment on that. Yeah, no.
I really have no idea. I know that this whole self-driving car thing is the way of the future. That is a future that I'm not looking forward to. I personally really like driving cars. I am one of these guys that make sure I have a stick shift, you know. I will probably be the last one amongst UTB blogs to have a self-driving car, and it'll probably be when the last car that we drive, you know, on our own dies and I can't get them anymore.
Don't forget that it doesn't immediately jump from the standard car that we have today to a car that drives all on its own.
I live in California, where they're currently trying to ban gasoline-powered cars.
I understand.
Just saying.
I understand that it's going to be there eventually, but there's several steps to get there before we get to that.
Yeah.
Sitting in the back seat playing games while you're going down the highway.
Or
that
drinking.
you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, we probably will see a semi-self-driving car, you know, in a couple of years.
Semi is the way to go, because I mean, I was able to go, and I visited with, or I got to play in the Koenigs Jaguar and all that fun stuff, and realistically, it's fully autonomous driving cars is a long way off. You know, people can talk about, oh, it's right around the corner, but it's not going to be in the next 5 years, or it's not going to be in the next decade. It's going to be slightly longer than that.
I still want to know how an autonomous car will park in reverse parking. Till then, I will not let anyone touch my car.
Well, if it's an Apple car, it'll probably flip over, and then you'll have a busted screen, windshield, and it'll cost you half the price of the car to replace the windshield.
But if Chen will announce a new product, it might be or a new monitor for self-driving cars, a new way to watch and diagnose your car online, or maybe a new OS for QX, a smarter OS could be. Maybe part of the partnership with Qualcomm that we heard of.
They are definitely refining their automotive portfolio.
Yeah. Yep. So what's next there, Erica?
You guys are so lively tonight. I can't handle it.
I know there's only 3 of us, and I keep yelling at people in the group. I know they're there. I know they're there.
Why don't you show off your latest acquisition there, Brad?
Yeah, I haven't got to put my video up yet. My video is recorded. I was planning on coming home tonight and editing it and getting it up before the blogcast, and that just didn't happen. But I got the Motion, the Blackberry Motion. Thank you, Blackberry. And I'm not actually the first person in UTB to get one because, you know, the Canadians are all out there being Canadian and picking themselves up phones that they can buy that I can't get. But they also didn't want to do the whole video routine that Erica had to go through with the key one. So I'll be making
so much fun.
Well, I know you loved it. I know you absolutely loved doing it and hearing me yell, Erica, we need this video, we need that video.
My favorite thing ever.
Yeah, so I've got a quick unboxing. I'll try and get that up tomorrow. And then we will start the routine of the how-tos and whatnots. I'll be honest, it was the day that I finally figured out the new convenience key. Like, I was really frustrated because, you know, maybe I should have read directions. There might be directions in there. I don't know. You know me, I jump into the phone, I don't read the directions, but the convenience key is really awesome once you figure out that you actually have to set more than one thing on it to get it to pop up. Because when you're first setting it up, it takes you to this to the setup screen, and I just wasn't doing the full setup. Now it's, let me see, I'm at home on Wi-Fi, so I'm set up for what I chose for at home, which I don't know if you could see this, but when I click it, there they are. There's a little convenience key. So I've got for my home, because things that I use at home, I've got my camera because sometimes you want to take a picture of your dog. And I've got my flashlight because sometimes I'm stumbling around the house at night after I've turned my lights off. And I got my video camera because sometimes you want to take a video of your dog, right? So that's what I have for home. But then I've also got a setup for in my car. So when I've got my Bluetooth connection, it'll pull up my Android Auto. It'll pull up my podcast app. And then there's meeting mode. I don't use meeting mode.
Why?
You're not important enough to have meetings?
Maybe that's it. I've never used meeting mode. And it kind of, I mean, to be honest, I'm not even sure I know how meeting mode works, but I know that every time I set up a BlackBerry phone, I get, you know, a message about a week, 2 weeks in that says meeting mode is now available. And I go, thank you, BlackBerry phone. But I never use it.
Sounds like you need to do some how-to videos on those things, Brad.
Maybe I need to figure out meeting mode.
Get to it.
But then you've also got like your just basic everyday thing too. So if you're not connected to Bluetooth, you're not in meeting mode, whatever that magical thing is. And if you're not in your car, then you've got another setup for your convenience key. So I'm really loving the convenience key. Yesterday I was frustrated.
You should go to a few meetings and then realize what you need in the meeting and then set up the meeting mode.
So,
but I mean, okay, do you use meeting mode?
At work, we are not allowed, we have meetings, we are not allowed to be with our phones. There is a box with everybody's name, and we need to put the phone because our CEO don't like us to playing with our phones through the meetings.
Really?
Yeah.
So
But
if
we
you're
have-
watching
that's a
this
little-
or listening to this and you use meeting mode, leave a comment or email Brad and teach him how to use it.
That means Erica doesn't use it either. That's what I'm saying.
but I think in meeting mode, you probably can set up your email, the BlackBerry Hub, to watch if there is something new while you are. I will add a news app to see if something happened in the country while you're sitting and do nothing, and maybe Netflix if the meeting is very boring. Could be.
You could do that. Add exciting things to your phone for your boring meeting.
Yeah. Oh, the meeting is now Netflix. Yeah. You tried the locker mode?
Yes, I was playing with that today. I took a lot of pictures of just random items just to try out the locker mode, and I'm giving stuff away for stuff that I was thinking about for my videos, but it's really awesome. It's really awesome. It took me a while to figure out how to add stuff to the locker, so I'll save that for my video, because obviously we know when you're taking the picture, if you click the or not click it, you tap the fingerprint scanner, it takes that picture and it throws it in the locker. But what about your files? What about your, the locker holds everything your phone holds, but you got to get it there. And getting it there, you use the new Files app. That's what it is. So like if you use a different file explorer, you're not going to be able to put files into the locker. You have to use the Files app to do it. But it works really well. It's really easy. It just says lock, and you know what you do? You click lock, and then it goes into your locker. Smart.
What else yeah, very smart. What else you want to promo before
the shocking thing that I discovered is iPhone users like this phone.
Because of the home button?
No, it's not because of the home button. What do you think is your typical average iPhone user's favorite iPhone? It's not the iPhone 10. What version of the iPhone do they?
6, 7.
And this is just what I'm seeing around me, right? And it was the 5, right? That had that metal flat band that went around it, the glass on the front and the back. And
I don't remember how every iPhone looks.
You don't live in California, but it was after. I think it was the 6. I think it was the 6 when they went to that aluminum flat back, right? But your classic iPhone around here, it has that metal band that goes around it. And like I look at this metal band and I see BlackBerry, right? Because I think back to the Bold, I think back to all the Bold, and the Passport and all the other BlackBerry phones that had the chrome band that goes around it. But this isn't the rounded band, right? This isn't kind of what we're used to seeing on BlackBerries. This is just a flat metal band that runs around the phone. And if I was smart enough to hold this flatly and spin it around to where you couldn't see the top or bottom, and if you weren't looking at the ports, it looks like an iPhone. But the thing, but it's rounded at the bottom, and it's this bottom part that looks like one. The top is flat, and that's honestly the iPhone people that I've shown my phone to. I've heard comments like, wow, that's really nice. I've heard one person said it looked like a limousine. I don't know what they're saying, but they're an iPhone user, so I'm assuming that's a good thing. But a couple of them have said, why has it got the flat top, right? Because iPhones don't have the flat top. They're round all the way around. But I doubt that anybody's actually looking at this. I doubt anybody designed it going, let's grab iPhone users, right? Because I don't think BlackBerry right now could grab iPhone users. But I'm really amazed how many iPhone users are looking at this phone just in the last couple of days and being shocked about how nice it is. And you hand it to them, and the first thing they say is, it's not slippery. You know, they're holding on to the back.
How much?
It's like,
shock,
yeah, I'm not going to drop it.
How much shock they will have that they figure out that they not need a charger anymore for at least 2 days.
Yeah, guess what, guys? My mobile phone is actually mobile. I'm not tied to a wall. So, I mean, I don't think that was planned on. I doubt, I mean, who knows? But I doubt the designers were sitting there going, let's make something that's attractive to iPhone users. But you know what they did? They made something that's attractive to iPhone users. I don't know if it's attractive enough to pull anybody away from it, because those iPhone users, man, they're locked up in their little walled garden. I had one iPhone user a week ago that didn't, you guys, there's clouds besides iCloud. It's like, look out your friggin' window, right? But it amazes me sometimes. And all I know is a BlackBerry made a phone that I have not had an iPhone user not say this is a nice looking phone. And I've never had that before with the BlackBerry. Usually the iPhone users are like, just whatever.
And more to come on Brad unboxing and review of the BlackBerry Motion. I just
many videos.
Yeah, many videos, because I have to now because I forced Erica to. I will say, and I say this in my video that'll probably pop up tomorrow, this is, I guess that this would be difficult for me, and there has been some really difficult times and some really shocking times, because I am a physical keyboard guy, 100%. I love my physical keyboard. The last time I went with my daily driver on a virtual keyboard phone was the Z10. I have not used a virtual keyboard as my daily driver since the Z10. The Priv, I was someone that was 95%, I think even higher than that, physical keyboard on my Priv. Like, I didn't use the virtual keyboard on my Priv. So I know how I am. I know that I'm going to default back to the Key 1. So I'm not carrying the Key 1 around with me anymore. I'm forcing myself to leave it at home. My secondary line is now, if anybody tries to contact me on that, sorry guys, that's not going to get through. This is my primary line, and it's the only phone I'm carrying with me now to force myself to do it.
Yeah, brave Brad.
Huh?
Brave Brad.
Yeah. I can tell you that I miss the physical keyboard. I'm discovering that I am typing a lot faster on the Motion. Like, my fingers move a heck of a lot faster, but I'm also a heck of a lot less accurate. Like, I don't think I've ever hit the backspace key on my Key 1 as many times as I already have on my Motion. Now I'm a day in, 2 days in, so it's going to take some getting used to. But as much as I loved the virtual keyboard on the BlackBerry, the Z10 and even the Priv, when I did use it, it's like, this is amazing. This is intuitive. This is amazing twice, because it's 2 times amazing. I think the virtual keyboard's gotten better. I really do. Like, typing on this feels so much better than it did on my Z10. It feels better than it did on my Priv.
You should make a comparison about the two
I
keyboards.
should. So it's I'm really liking this phone. I think the only thing it's missing, I'm going to take that back. I'm loving this phone. I think the only thing it's missing is a physical keyboard.
Yeah, a touch device with a physical keyboard is missing.
Yeah. Maybe BlackBerry could make a typo keyboard. Typo's not making them anymore. Call up Ryan Seacrest.
Maybe they make a physical keyboard device. Name it Key One or Bold or something like this.
Yeah.
All right. How about we finish up with talking about the earnings call that we have coming up in a couple weeks?
We have an earnings call coming up in a couple of weeks.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah.
We didn't know that.
In 2 weeks, on the 20th December, December 20, something like this. It's hard to know what we are going to look, but the only important thing is if BlackBerry can raise up their revenue, and if software will be around 80 or 90% of revenue. I don't know if we will see gains or some profits, but it's still not that important. And this time, it will be nice to see like the last quarter. If we will see results like the last quarter, but with the revenue a little bit up, it will be magnificent.
Yeah. I think the last quarter was the shocker, right? That's the one where it's like, hey, we're here now. So this quarter is going to be, did they maintain it? And I don't know. Now this Nokia lawsuit, that's not going to be coming out yet, right? No. There's no way that's going to hit these numbers.
But it will be interesting to see if there's something new with the BlackBerry radar and maybe new customers that use it. And I don't know if there is something new for BlackBerry to announce, maybe a new partnership, but they did it yesterday with all 4 press releases. I don't know if we will hear something new unless John Chen is preparing some surprises.
There was some, and I know you can't say anything, Roy. I'm assuming you can't say anything if you knew anything or if you don't know anything. I don't know if you know anything.
Yes.
But someone did an article. It's been a few weeks back now where they were talking about who's adopted radar. And they said that FedEx did. Now, all of the... Huh?
Chen on the last quarter press conference.
Did he say FedEx?
He said that FedEx, and he said that FedEx will kill him if we will say more about it. I know that it was a testing of around 1,000 vehicles, trucks of FedEx in the USA. And if FedEx are closing the deal with BlackBerry radar, I think it's huge news for BlackBerry.
Absolutely.
And this is something they can really wait for the press conference.
Yeah.
I
would love to see that.
Yeah.
So, Erica?
Sorry, I was eating chocolate. What's up?
Chocolate? You're not supposed to eat chocolate if you don't bring enough for the rest of us to share.
I had enough until I ate it all.
Huh?
We have the giveaway that you had this week. The camera giveaway.
Yes.
Yes. Brad, you have something.
There are people in our chat that I haven't seen comment yet. So you guys need to head over to utbblogs.com and
surprisingly
sign up.
In case y'all didn't know.
Yeah, just in case. Sign up to win one of these. These are the 3 that we're giving away. These are the Wisecam. I've got 2 of these set up in my house right now, and I am going to, which I purchased. These are the giveaways. I purchased mine before I even spoke to the company. And I'm going to be ordering some more. These are really nifty. They're really nifty. They're really cool. They're little home security cameras. And you can connect to them with your phone. You can watch them through the phone. They've got 2-way audio, 1080p, full HD, motion detection, fire alarm detection, carbon monoxide alarm detection. And looking into these, I believe, I don't know this because I didn't ask the company about this, but I've seen other people say it, and I've seen the exact same looking cameras coming out from other companies, like Chinese companies. I believe these are licensed hardware, purchased hardware. I believe Wisecam is really the producers of the application, which the app is awesome. There's a few things to the camera that I noticed that doesn't seem to have a purpose, which would also make sense with like that, because there's a USB plug on the back of the camera that doesn't really do anything, but maybe it does with another company that's utilizing these types of cameras. All I know is that these cameras are awesome. They're really cheap as far as cost-wise. They're really awesome as far as value. $20 will buy you one, but if you go comment on my post in the next couple days here, I'm going to be pulling names, and 3 people are going to win them. The only reason I'm not saying what name I'm pulling them from is because I'm not sure which day I posted the video. But 7 days from that day, I'm going to pull the names of the comments, and 3 people are going to win a camera.
But not me.
Right.
So how much time people have to participate in your giveaway?
I just told you I don't know. Let me jump to YouTube and pull up the video here.
Brad, can you refresh my memory? Is this for U.S. residents only?
Here's the thing. I don't care where the camera goes. My problem is shipping it. I know the first person to comment was Rico. He's in Spain. He's like, hey, why are you not including me in this? It's because shipping it to Rico would cost about twice as much as the value of the camera, and I just can't justify that, right? The camera's $20. It's going to cost a fair amount more than that to ship it to him. I know Wayno was complaining for me too. So here's the thing. If you have an address in the United States or Canada, I will gladly ship it there. If you don't live in the United States or Canada, but you have a friend that does, that will accept it for you, I'll ship it there. Neil just said, what if I pay for shipping? I hadn't considered that part, but you know, I don't want someone sending me money. So yeah, maybe you can pay Wayno to accept it for you and ship it. No, because Wayno's in Australia and he's not getting his grimy little hands on one of these cameras. So, you know, find yourself a friend. I know you've got them that will let me ship it to them if you win, and I have no problem sending it there.
Cool. So go to UTB Blogs.
UTBblogs.com. If you're here, you know exactly where that's at.
Yeah.
If you're watching this. I posted that video, according to YouTube, 3 days ago. So we got 4 days left to go comment on the post and put in for the win. And watch the video while you're at it. I have a new setup. I painted a wall behind me. I've got lights on it. I think it's a little better than the green screen I was doing before. It's very blue.
Redneck anchor.
What did you just call me? Oh, red. Yeah. Yeah. That's because I was wearing flannel. It was cold.
All right. Do we have anything else to talk about tonight? That's a no?
I think that's a no.
So let's say good night.
Oh, Neil just said, very cool. You just need a mic. that's so upsetting to me because I've got a mic. I've actually got lots of mics because we do podcasts and things too. I didn't think of using it, and then I didn't think of using it when I did my Motion unboxing. So maybe one of these days I'll remember to use the mic. Sorry, Neil.
Brad has an addiction. I don't know that he's actually addicted to gadgets as so much as buying them.
Hey, you can watch us on Amazon Prime. Okay.
I will wait till we can watch it on Netflix.
Yeah, I can't. Haven't got there yet. But really though, if you run to Amazon Prime and search up, I think you actually have to search UTB Networks because that's our YouTube channel. We have our own little app there now. You can watch us on your big screen TV through Amazon Prime and your Fire Stick if you've got those. There are cases for the Motion out, Brother Nil. I don't have one yet. Okay.
That's it?
All right. I think that's it. I think we've covered everything.
So thank you for watching UTB Blogs number 1.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
8.
8.
8.
And
8.
we'll
108.
We'll be back soon, hopefully with more of us here. Oh, no, real quick.
Every time.
Roy will be thankful for this because he's yelled at me about doing this a lot of times. We're looking for bloggers. We're looking for bloggers for the site. If you would like to be a blogger for UTB Blogs, hit up one of the people that you know from UTB Blogs, and I know that you all know somebody from UTB Blogs, and talk to us. All right. So good night. Thank you for watching UTB Blogs Blogcast, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.